working. My chair was stuck. How is everybody doing today? So I hope you're all having a really good day. You've got to excuse the mess that's floating around on my table. I got a couple of things to show you and to share with you on how I'm doing them. There's two things I'm working on at the moment. There is these little snippet tags to put in journals and stuff, and I'm going to show you how I've made mine in due course. Let me show you another two. I can show you these because they're not from, they're for some, they are going to go into something, but I'll wait for you to see what they're going into. But I made these and they're for inside a journal, they are, and I've made these, and so I'll show you how to use them, but I'll be back in a video to show you them. But that's not all I'm showing you how to do tonight. I'm going to be showing you, now who thought these are buttons? Be totally honest with me, who thought that I'd got these from the shop? Comment below if you thought that I got these beautiful buttons. If I do say so myself. Let me bring you down. What are you doing all the way up there? Who thought that I had all these buttons from a shop? There's a small one. These are tiny little ones. Who thought that I had them off an internet shop? Anyone? No, you'd all be wrong. Sorry to tell you. I've actually made them myself. If you know me at all, you know how much I absolutely love buttons. I love buttons. I love sticking them to my projects. And since I was making these, this is just a little one, I was thinking, well, I could add a button to that would set it nicely, or perhaps like a bigger one. Maybe I could go white in the corner if I wanted to do that, or this one perhaps. So yes, I have made them. So I'm going to show you how I've made them in a second, but please stay tuned because I'm going to be, not in this video and in the next video, I'll be showing you how I've come up with these. Now what they are, let me get a page. Actually, this is just a pages I'm working on at the moment. These are these, so they can be stuck on the end and you can slide things in. That could sort of go on the end once you've done all the page. So you get the gist. You can use them as text spots. There's that tiny little one, you can put that on the end of the page so you've got something on the end. So you get the gist what I'm making them for. So you have to forgive all the mess, because between that and the buttons, that's what the mess is all about. So however, I'm not going to show you them in this video. I'm actually going to show you how I've created these buttons. So these buttons, as you can see, they all come in different sizes. Now, when I was, a couple of weeks ago, I was bouncing around in Dunelm, but I was bouncing around in Dunelm, but I got mine from Amazon and it worked out about £4. And what it is this. This is the button magic machine, which I am loving at the moment. So on the button magic machine, it's not actually called that, that's what I'm just calling it. It's called a button maker. I'll leave what it's called and leave the link in the description bar so you can go over to it. It'll probably be the link to Amazon where I got mine. Now this button maker makes an 18-inch button, so 11mm, a 23mm, a 29mm, a 19 and a 15mm, which is the tiny ones. So this one, so these little tiny minute ones, what I just sussed them out, so it was meant to be tonight to show you. These are a 15mm. This one is a 23mm. This big one is a no, that's 19, that's 23. So that's 19, that's 23. So the actual buttons, you know, I'll show you what, because they all come in different parts. So you would buy this separate first, so you pay for that. Then I bought these, let me show you, these ones. So this is what they look like. So this is, I'll just get one out, because that comes apart. This is, this is the 23. Then I got these ones. Now these ones are a bit different, but they still do the same job. This one is a 29. And then the tiny ones, the ones you've just seen, these tiny ones are that size. So let me just get one out. Yeah. So I have a 15, a 29 and a 23, and I had to pay for each of these separate because they don't come with a button machine, or at least I haven't seen them. I'm presuming I haven't seen them come in with a button machine because they come in different sizes. You can also get, I've got this one, so it ranges from an 11mm down to a 15, and some button little fancy makers, they got different sizes on them, so you can get different makers that are different sizes. I just picked this up because I really like the idea of making my own buttons out of fabric. So it comes in two parts. Sorry for the noise. So the first one I'm about to show you is this one, which are these. They're kind of cool, and they don't know why the light is so bright tonight. It hasn't been moved. So these, that one's the same. So I'm going to be making one of them tonight. So because this comes in two parts, these come in two parts. So there's the bottom, there's the top of your button, and this is what the bottom looks like. The underneath, where you would put your string through. So the bottom of the button is this. This is what it looks like. Now, it's a bit tricky to figure out at first because the top is a little bit easy, but the bottom what I found was really hard to figure out what way it went. So what you want to do is buy your little gadget first. This is what I did, and I've done it over time, and I will get the other sizes that I've missed. I think I'm missing 19 and I'm missing an 18, which is a really tiny one, and then I'll have all of them then to make this machine. So the little bottom, so the underneath, it is in two, so there's two sides to it. There's the first side that has got like almost like a ridge all the way around, and then the other side is flat, completely flat. The ridge is on the, so there's a small ridge on the outside. So you want it so that the ridge is facing up. And if you're still not sure about it, grab your top, whatever button you've chosen, and I think we are doing that one. Grab your top and put the top of the button on top of that, and if it fits, that's the way it's supposed to go. Because the idea is you put it together, and that's the idea. You put it together, and that's the way it's supposed to go. So we're going to try this with the medium one, and I'm going to do the little ones a bit different. So the medium one, you can use any fabrics, which is why I love this so much. And I'm going to decide now what I want to do, and I haven't done as of yet, is I want to sew some beads on it, because I think it would have to be sort of flat embellishments. It couldn't be anything that was bulky, maybe like something tiny minute like that. Maybe perhaps if I had some thread, see if I can find 3. I don't know whether I can because they're in that little box. I say little one, is humongous. Okay, Okay, you will need the scissors, not of course, and you will need some fabric. So let me just thread this through. Right, there is my, oh gosh, there's my thread. I'm gonna try and thread up some beads through. I don't know whether it'll work because it needs to be, in order to be flat, but we'll have a go. So I'm going to put that bead in there. I'm going to find another two. I'm going to do a flat one first though, so you get the idea of how to do it. It's just I'm playing about and I'm trying to figure out how I would make them a bit different from each other. No, they're too big. Oh, you're right. I've got tiny, minute little diamantes. They'll do. And use that instead of. So, I got a confession to make. The video stopped and I didn't realise. So I was chatting to myself for about half hour and I didn't realise it wasn't filming. So where I just stopped was I was getting the diamantes out and we were going to make one of the big ones. So I'm going to use this fabric and I'm going to do 4 just real using those diamantes. This is the only one that's a bit different. Other than that, they all work the same way by putting the buttons on. The small one works, the tiny minute ones work exactly the same as me making these ones up, the ones I just made up in black. But this one's a bit different. Now I don't know, I was going to say I don't know whether it works, but I do know whether it works because I've just done one. I didn't realise it had stopped filming, so I'm going to do another one again. So all I'm doing is I'm making sure these beads are going to stay in one place, because once I put this together it will be impossible for me to go back to it, if that makes any sort of sense. So I'm going to push it through here, bring it back up, bring another one on, and there. And I love the fact that every time I've made one of these buttons, they always turn out different. I haven't had 2 buttons at the moment that are the same. They've turned out different. I suppose if you were precise with your crafting and you were making a cardigan, or you wanted to make something that required to having a button on, oh, do you know what I've just done? Would never believe it if I told you my thread's at the back of my work. I'm going to put another 2 on just to go down this little and you can use anything as long as they're small buttons, because you'll need the back on to do it. So I'm just going to put another one of these on. Should be this one. And then we're going to make the big button. Like I say, they've all done the same way. You put in the fabric first, the front of the button, and then the back. They all work exactly the same way. I'm just going to tie that off now. There's my little 4 buttons. What buttons? There's my 4 diamantes. Tie this off. There. Okay, here we go. I just hope I haven't done it too close to the edge. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, so there's the 4 buttons. Now with these big ones, like I said, I might be repeating myself. I do apologise if I am. It's just because the video stopped. I don't know where I am. Trying to find the back. Where's the back? There. There. Right, with these big ones, they are, or are they? 29mm. But for whatever reason, and I don't know whether it's just because I've pressed on the wrong thing, it could be that, they don't come with a hole in the back. Ignore that one. They don't come with a hole in the back for you to thread through your work. So what I did, and what I'm going to do, is I've got my little drill. Now this is called a certain drill. I've got one of these due to miniature making. I use it when I'm putting my lights in. And you can buy different ends, and they're perfect for doing anything you want to do. I suppose you could use the drill to, it's just beamed on me now, to put your holes in a spine of a journal. So yeah, you need to make 2 holes. So grab your drill and you'll feel your piece getting hot, and that's the drill making that hole. So I'm going to make mine a bit bigger, so I'm just leaning it at an angle. Leaning at an angle like that. Turn it around and you're going to do the same now on this side. Press down till you get 2 holes. There's my 2 holes. So I'm going to use some twine, because that way I can just cut it whatever length I want. So take one of your twines and bring it through. That was a lot easier. Now this edge, see where the rivet is? That is the back of your button. That's the back of your button. That side, if you wanted to make your hole and tie it on the inside, you might have a job when it goes to be putting it together. So just bear that in mind. So that's the back, and I want it to be tied on. I want to be able to sew in with the twine and then do it that way. I'm just going to push that all the way through. Right, there's the back of my button. Now decide once you've got the back of the button and your front, decide where you want to go with it. Now it might be a bit too close, but I'm hoping that's not going to affect it. See how I'm leaving about ½ an inch more than that around it. Right, so I'm going to leave my in there, push this down till you overlap. Like I say, you'll need to cut. The other thing is you'll need to cut all that excess off. You get that. Get the back of your button, and because I'm concentrating on that one side where I haven't got much fabric, I'm going to push that down first so I catch it, and then go for this side because there's more fabric on this side. It's just because I left myself short on one side. Right, get where you want to get it. I'm going to use the back. Now it's a bit tricky because I've put beads on. still hasn't set. So I'm just going to push that in. And it hasn't set because I've got too much fabric this edge, this side. No, there. That's where I want it. Do not move. Do not touch go, because I'm going to kill you if you do. Just trying to get it in where I want it in. I'm going to push it back through the center of my button maker, and then I'm going to pop the back on, and hopefully I'll hear it click into place. No. Just going to cut that excess off, see if that makes a difference. Please don't be short, please don't be short, please don't be short. A bit fiddly, but I'm just going to pop. There, and that is my button. Took a couple of goes, but I got there. So if you struggle with your hands like I do sometimes, use like a bang, something to bang on it and tap into it, and that's how you do the buttons. Now the small ones are done exactly the same way. You put your fabric first, then the little front of the button, and then you push the back of the button in. And that's how you would do these lovely little buttons. How cool are they? And they would work perfect on like a bit of scrap material, or like I've got something here, perhaps there, you know. So there's so much options when it comes to doing these buttons. See? And you will get a different look each time. Please keep watching. I will come back and show you how I've created these and how to add them to pages, not just create them. And I've also got my flower buttons to come on as well and show you how I've done them. I will leave the link of where I've got this magic button maker from in the description bar below. They are super cool to use. You do have to buy these separate. If you didn't want to drill the back in, you could use them as embellishments. They would work perfect for that too. And that's the size, and the tiny sizes are minute. They are so small, so you have to buy them separate. I hope you really enjoyed that. Let me know in the comment section what you think about these buttons, and I will be back to show you how I've created these little scrap materials, where to use them on your journals, not just creating them, where to use them. And yeah, I really do hope you enjoyed, so I will be back with another video shortly. See you all then. Bye for now, ladies. Bye.